What's good, you guys? I know it's been a minute since I made a video. I know it's been a minute since some of you have seen me. I know a lot of you have been asking me and wondering what's going on. So today I'm going to be explaining to you guys, giving you guys the truth, giving you guys just, just kind of closing the chapter on, a lot of misunderstanding that you guys may have, some of the supporters and stuff like that. So I want to start this video off by saying that this is by far not a video to bash anybody or to comfort anybody, but I just wanted to speak my truth and, put everything on the table and, basically just move on from it. Where do I even start? A lot of things have been happening over the course of the past couple, like maybe 3 to 4 months. A lot has happened, a lot has changed in my life. A lot of things have kind of come up that have really just distracted me from what I need to be focused on. And that's really giving you guys quality content, great content, so you guys can, watch and be happy with. Because of course, you guys know I love making videos, making content for you guys, entertaining you guys. But unfortunately, starting off, some people in my family passed away that were close to me. That it took a toll on me, where I had to just step back from everything and just look at life. Because as y'all know, the pandemic is going on. And a lot of families have been affected by this pandemic, with losing loved ones and so on. But I lost a couple of people that it took a toll on me, and I wasn't able to really, I didn't know where to put my emotions. I didn't know where to vent. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do with all my emotions. Or my feelings and what I was dealing with within that aspect of my family, dealing with someone catching the coronavirus and not being able to make it. So I was really trying to be here for not only, myself, but my family. My mom needed me the most, my sister, just my family in general needed me. So it was a lot on me. It was a lot to deal with because I wanted to come give you guys great content, but I wasn't happy. You know what I mean? I wasn't myself. I wasn't the positive Billy that you guys know. And for that, I didn't want to really, be on social media because I didn't want to, try to fake it. I was dealing with a lot, and it was just really strong. It was weighing on me so heavy that I wasn't able to really just be focused. And for that, I apologize to you guys because I didn't communicate it at the time. But like I said, it was a lot going on. I didn't really know how to communicate that. Another thing that really took a toll on me was my relationship. A lot of people have their opinions or have their ideas or assumptions on what went down between me and Ari, but I feel like you really wouldn't understand if you were not in that relationship. And again, I'm not going to say anything bad about Ari. I just want to just basically let it be known that we ran into problems within our relationship in which we weren't able to necessarily fix. We were patching a lot of things that happened. We were patching them instead of fixing them. And so I want to touch more. I want to go more in depth into that. So within our relationship, we were together for 3 years, and I learned a lot from Ari. And I didn't want to shoot this video. The reason why it's taking me so long to really do this video is because I didn't want to shoot the video while I was angry. You know what I mean? I didn't want to shoot the video while I was still in my feelings about this situation, because then I would not really, I feel like you guys wouldn't really understand where I'm coming from when I'm saying what I'm saying in this video. In relationships, it can get, when you're a public figure, it can become to be, it can get very messy. And that's if you allow social media to be in your relationship. And unfortunately, me and Ari allowed social media to be in our relationship. And what I mean by that is that, social media knew too much about what we were dealing with in our relationship. And I honestly apologize to Ari for that, because, a lot of things that I did on my end, as far as taking certain things to social media that shouldn't have been taken to social media, I did out of the sense of being hurt and just really not being mature in different situations within our relationship. So I won't say that, I can't sit and say that I was perfect within this whole, within the relationship with Ari. I wasn't perfect. I had my flaws and imperfections, but what I will say is that I was trying everything I could to be perfect for Ari. However, I had my shortcomings, and I had, things that I needed to work on as a person. But I feel that in relationships, the thing that is important in relationships is the way that two people connect. As time progressed, I think that me and Ari sort of lost that connection, and people can sort of see it in our videos, because it just began to not be the same. It began to feel like she was just my, like she was my girlfriend, but it began to feel like, she was just here for the work, you know what I mean? And instead of like, being here for me, at a sense. The key word and what I want y'all to understand, the key word in what I just said is the connect part. If you don't connect with a person, not just on a physical standpoint, but on a mental standpoint, the relationship would never work. It would never be able to, and spiritual, I want to throw spiritual in there because I'm going to tap into that as well. But the relationship would never work because of a loss of connection. You know what I mean? And you have to be willing to connect on a mindset level. It's more important to connect on a mindset level than the physical, because physical, that can, that's kind of like a narrow street, you know what I mean? But on a mental, it's more broad, because it's so much that we think of. You got to think about it like this. We're all different individuals. I'm a different individual than Ari. Ari was a different individual than me, and so on and so on. But the thing is, when you're dating somebody and being in a companionship with somebody, you have to connect with them, their mental. You have to make sure that you're aligning yourself up with their mindset, and they're aligning themselves up with your mindset, so that you guys can be one and have the same mindset. Now, mind you, you're a different individual, so you're not going to think the same on everything. You know what I mean? You're not going to always, like the same thing that person like or whatever. But it's important to make sure that you're connecting with that person on a mental mindset, because the mental is what controls the body. You know what I mean? And so if you don't achieve that aspect of the relationship will never be prosperous. It can't prosper because you're not connected mentally. Another thing is, you want to make sure that you're supporting your other half's dreams and goals. It's okay to have your own dreams and goals and, whatever, but the support has to be there, because if it's not there, then you feel like you feel like you're dating somebody that's just a friend. You know what I mean? Like, you have to support each other. It's important, because it's like, with being in a relationship, it's already enough to have to, okay, it's me and you, it's going to be only me and you, those are our boundaries, you set those boundaries, okay, cool. But it's another thing to support too, because it's like, if we're together, I just feel like it's you have to support me. Like, it's no other, it shouldn't be, I shouldn't even have to question that, because That's where it should be. It should be genuine support off the jump, off the cup. Like as soon as we decide that, okay, it's gonna be me and you, no matter what you do, the type of person I am, no matter what you do, I'm gonna support you. You know, right or wrong, you feel me? Now, if it's wrong, I'm gonna tell you behind closed doors, hey, you look, you wrong. But the support is always gonna be there. It's never gonna change. It's never gonna be, oh, I feel like he's not. No, I'm a very supportive person. So, me in return as a person, I absolutely expect that out of somebody that, you know, I feel is, you know, my companion. And with being together, it's important to give insight to each other so that you can help each other grow. I feel like oftentimes in a lot of, you know, in our generation of relationships and dating, people don't necessarily know how to give insight without it being a biased opinion. It's a difference between insight, which you know that can help a person, then rather than giving them a biased opinion. Also is taking accountability. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't like taking accountability in relationships. It's always, oh, well, you did this, you did that. No, take accountability for your actions, because when you don't take accountability for your actions, you're steady pointing a finger. You're not necessarily owning up to what you did wrong. What did you do wrong in the situation? Because oftentimes, you know, it's a cause and an effect. You know what I'm saying? There's a situation, and then there's the outcome, the action. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like relationships have all these components, so many components that you have to touch on. And if you're lacking in at least, like, it can be one, but if it's one thing that is maybe small to you, it's probably big to the other person. And a lot of people don't take the time out to understand that about relationships. You know what I mean? Relationships can be great, can be prosperous, but they also take a lot of work and effort. And I don't think a lot of people understand that before they get into relationships. They get into relationships off of lust or what could be, instead of understanding, like, okay, this is going to take work. This is going to take timing. This is going to take effort. You know what I mean? So I wanted to touch on first the relationship aspect of, you know, what I feel like, you know, where we kind of went wrong, you know what I mean, in our relationship. You know, we a lot of things took place in which, you know, we could have talked about it, and we could have, you know, went on and so forth. But being that communication and that communication sometimes lacked, it caused deeper issues, and which later on down the road we weren't able to necessarily fix. You know what I mean? A wise person once asked me, what do I share with Ari? And what do I feel about Ari? And why aren't we together? Because this is recent why they asked me. But they asked me, what did I learn? What did I take away from Ari? And what could I have done different within our relationship? Now, again, this is not to bash or make Ari look bad, because, you know, we all are human and we all have things and lessons that we have to learn from. We all have mistakes that we've made, and, you know, that doesn't make us a bad person. What makes you a bad person is if you continue to make those mistakes and not make change. So that's why I want to reiterate that again. This is not to make Ari or try to make anybody look bad. I have to let you guys know, because it's been so long that I haven't spoken on this. So I wanted to speak on this so you guys know that, you know, I don't have any bad blood towards Ari, and I don't hate Ari, but I have to close this chapter because of everything that's going on around us. So again, they asked me, what did I learn from Ari? And there were a lot of things that I've learned from Ari. I learned that, you know, I can't be selfish. I can't be self-centered. I can't be. I have to communicate when even when I don't want to communicate. I have to communicate. I have to be able to be willing to be open about different things. I have to, you know, make sacrifices sometimes. These are all the things that I've learned from her. You know what I mean? A lot of things that, you know, that I wasn't used to, because, you know, before I got with her, I was, you know, single prior to that. You know what I mean? So walking into what meeting Ari and everything that she had going on with her personal life, it, you know, it opened my eyes up to understanding that I can't be a selfish person and expect somebody else to you know, be, you know, unselfish. You know what I mean? So I learned a lot from her. I learned, you know, love is not something that you just play and toy around with. It's real. You know, I learned, you know, a lot. I learned a lot of things from her. That's why I have to tell you guys that I don't hate Ari. I don't have any bad blood towards Ari. I learned, you know, Ari is a great, you know, entertainer. I've learned tools that, you know, I've been able to use to entertain you guys with. And so forth. It's so many things that, you know, that I can go on. The list can go on and on. But, you know, unfortunately, we wasn't able to keep things together to, you know, to continue to, you know, life has its ways of. I just want to say that life has its ways of teaching us lessons. And, you know, right now is probably not. It's just, you know, probably not the best time for us to be together because of the simple fact that both of us need to, you know, focus on ourselves and building, and, you know, because so much has happened within our relationship that, you know, like, it's just like, you know, with the group, and just, it was just so much that happened, you guys. Like, this video will be way longer than, you know, this video would just be hours if I go on about everything, but I don't want to talk about the negatives. You know, I don't want to, you know, make this video about the negatives. This video is not about, you know, that. You know what I mean? This video is not about that. This video is just me basically telling you guys why I have been, you know, not present and just been so low key lately. However, as I grow and as I mature and put things into perspectives, I envision, not now, definitely not now, because, you know, I'm working on myself, but in the future, I envision someone who is discreet and private about, you know, our relationship and what we're dealing with. Because I feel like privacy is needed within relationships. You need that privacy because, you know, when you get to having everybody in your relationship and everybody having these opinions and everybody having, you know, somewhat of a say-so on how you react in relationship, it begins to become toxic. And when it becomes toxic, you have to let go, because at that point, you don't want to begin to hate somebody. And that's where, you know, and I'm glad that me and Ari was able to understand that about, you know, about our relationship. Things have begun to get toxic, and to the point to where, you know, it was days where I wasn't eating. It was days where I could not sleep. It was days where, you know, I just wasn't myself, like, honestly, like, and anybody that knows me can tell you that I was not myself for a while, you know what I mean, because of everything that I had been put through and endured, you know what I mean, and I just decided never to speak on it because I'm the type of person, I'm a big person on loyalty, I'm a big person on, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to protect your image. If I love you and I say I love you, I'm going to protect your image the best way I can. Now, sometimes I would, you know, as things kind of got out of control and out of my hand, to where I feel like I was losing self-control, I started to speak out about a couple of things or whatever, but I never wanted to, you know, I've never been a person of trying to air out someone else's business, or, you know, even my own personal business, you know what I mean? So it made me feel, you know, even worse that I even had to go on, you know, that route of, you know, telling my business and doing that, you know what I mean, instead of entertaining, You know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is, and it happened, and I'm a human. I'm going to make mistakes, but that's not something that I'm used to doing, because I don't move that way. You know what I mean? I prefer to fix problems within, you know, individuals that I love and that I care for privately. Let's handle this off camera. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we doing business together. You know, I want to keep doing great business with people. So I love handling situations. Well, I prefer to handle situations off camera. Let's handle this off camera, unless we decide that we both decide that, okay, hey, look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put this on camera. We're gonna discuss this on camera, or whatever you know the situation may be. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? However, some of our disagreements got put on camera, and you know, I absolutely hated it. Like, I did not like it at all, because of how private and discreet I am, and how I've been raised. You know, I wasn't raised to, you know, air out somebody's business on social media, or air out even my own personal business on social media. You know what I mean? So everything that was happening was fresh. It was new to me, because I'm not used to that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't used to having a public relationship. I wasn't used to, you know, having to deal with some of my business being put out on business on public. You know what I'm saying? Even though some of the information that was put out wasn't even, you know, true information, and just having to deal with that information as well, it was just, you know, like, wow, what am I really doing? So, like I said, along the process, y'all can understand why I say I felt like I was getting lost within this whole situation. Also, another thing, as I move forward, I want someone who, you know, has her own vision, has her own path. And the reason I say that is because when you begin to, you know, intermingle and deal with somebody that's doing the same thing, sometimes they will try to make it competition, or try to get one up on you, instead of, that's why I said the first thing, like early on in the video, the support has to be there, because if not, you begin to, you know, run into that aspect of, you know, people trying to be in a competition with you. And it's not me personally. I don't compete with people that, you know, that are in the same, like, if we're on the same team, I'm not trying to compete with you. You know what I mean? I'm trying to win with you. I'm trying to eat with you. I'm trying to grow with you. I'm trying to prosper with you. I'm trying to build, maintain with you. You see what I'm saying? So that's just how I was raised and how I was built. You know what I mean? I don't like competing with people on my team. For what? We're on the same team. We're supposed to be having the same goal and the same mission of winning. Now, mind you, people, you know what I'm saying, people gonna have their own, you know, motives and intentions, or whatever, or goals that they set for their life, and that's okay. But when it comes down to having a brand, or an establishment, or anything that you share with somebody, it should not be a competition, because then you begin to make people feel like, okay, what are we competing for? You're supposed to be on my team, and you're trying to compete with me. Like, how are we supposed to win? How are we supposed to continue to grow and build and get to a different level when you're trying to compete with me? It doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? And especially not in relationships, you can't do that. That's not something that, you know, is, you know, because we already deal with enough as it is, like people that don't like us, or people that have these opinions of us, and people that are competing with us. You know what I mean? And to be in a relationship and to have somebody compete with you is just like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what am I, like, why do I have to compete with you too, after I already gotta worry about everything else that's going on out here? Like I said, I've learned a lot, I've been through a lot, and my eyes have been open to a lot of different things that I feel like, you know, I never spoke on. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I feel like it's important for me as of right now. You know what I'm saying? It can change. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that every female that's in the same or, you know, every person that's going to be in the same field as me is going to be in competition with me. I'm not saying that, because, you know, everybody's not the same. What I'm saying is, just for right now, from where I'm currently at and how I currently feel, I also want a person that's going to understand my goals and aspirations. and vice versa. You know what I mean? We both going to understand each other's goals and aspirations and help each other mentally and, you know, spiritually and so on. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like that's important. Understanding a person, you have to understand their goals and aspirations and dreams, because you want that's what they're fighting for, that's what they're living for. So it's important for you to understand these things. And so those are the things that I'm going to be looking for with moving on. But you know, and later on, right now, I'm just totally focused on myself and my dreams and goals and aspirations, because of where I'm trying to be in life and what I'm trying to do with my life and the things that I have to take care of as far as family and myself. But you know, again, I want to reiterate, when you're in a relationship, make sure that you don't make things about, you know, a competition. You know what I mean? Because, you know, that people really feel that, you know what I mean? Don't make it a competition. Help each other win. Because when you win and you see your other half happy, it does something to you, you know what I'm saying? And when they're winning, and you know what I'm saying, but when both people are winning and, you know what I'm saying, you both helped each other get to that point, it's a different feeling, man. I'm telling you, the vibe and everything is just amazing. So I really, you know, I really can just keep going on and on. But I just want to say to you guys that, you know, this video was not to, again, bash Ari, but just to tell my side of everything and let you guys know that, you know, I've been silent for so long. I've held my peace. I've chosen not to speak on a lot of things that has happened to me. A lot of things that have come from my character. A lot of things that have came from my brand. But, you know, as far for moving on, and with it being the month of August, the month of my birthday, it's just a new year for me. It's a new way of thinking, a new way of life for me, a new way of opportunities for me. And I just wanted to clear the air of any, you know, any misunderstandings, misconceptions, anything. You know, I hope this video helped a lot of you guys understand that, you know, I don't hate Ari. However, we are single. Both of us are single. She's single and I'm single. But that doesn't mean that I hate her, and that, you know, hopefully one day that, you know, we can come sit down together and talk about this, and you guys can, you know, we can like sit face to face, like kind of like a red table talk, and we can, you know, talk about it, and, you know, get maybe so you guys can see both sides or whatever, however it goes or whatever. Maybe one day we can do that. But until then, I want you guys to keep supporting her. Please keep supporting me. You don't have to choose sides. If you want to support me, support me. If you want to support her, support her. If you want to support us both, support us both. But there's, you know, no love lost towards none of the supporters. I love you all. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being on this journey with us. But you know, everything in life has an end, and you just have to understand that and being mature enough to be okay with it. You know what I mean? It happens. But you know, like I said, I'm just with new energy. I wanted to let go of everything that I had on my heart, on my chest, and just basically just let you guys know that I'm back. Billy is back. My birthday is in 20 days, literally 20 days. I'm so excited. I'm ready, and I hope you guys are ready to enjoy it and celebrate this time with me. But hopefully you guys, I answered everything. You know, hopefully I made sense to somebody. You know what I mean? And this can be helpful to somebody that's in a relationship currently or whatever. But on that note, man, tune in. Make sure you subscribing. Make sure you got my post notifications on, so you know whenever I'm posting. Tell a friend. And we just gonna go ahead and run this content up for y'all. I've been gone for too long, but I'm back, baby. Billy is back. I'm happy to be back. And I apologize again to all my supporters that I may have let down, but Billy is back. Billy is back in full effect. Make sure you follow all my social media. And yeah, we up out of here. So on that note, peace.